Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of the newscast on Equinoxe television broadcasting from Cameroon, Central Africa. I am Barbara Jonathan, and I brought to this edition of the news for persons journeyed to the death in the Ghana North region of the Republic of Cameroon. 4 victims of wild labour members of the same family to the standard next on the northwest region of the country, more than 70 destruction of properties, abduction, and other issues going on within the context of the 4-year-long armed conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. They are calling on the belligerents to put an end to the bloodshed in that part of the country. And in the southwest region, the governor Benau Kaliabilai has once more urged civilians carrying guns in the bushes to drop the guns so the peace and normalcy can return to the crisis-hit English-speaking northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. Stay with us. While flames have consumed an entire household of 4 persons in Marwari Quarter in Garua North region of the Republic of Cameroon, information from the 301 Rescue Brigade Company indicates that the death of a man, his wife, and their 2 children in Garua in the North region of the Republic of Cameroon. And the security and defense forces are stepping up efforts to curb insecurity, especially during this end of year period. Security remains a major concern. The population in different parts of the country, from big cities to the hinterlands, are worried about the fact that crime wave is on the rise within the Cameroonian society, and the National Gendarmerie has been tracking and arresting suspected criminals. Some of them were arrested recently in the Mongo Division littoral region of the country. They are suspected traffickers of Indian hemp. Details in this report by Smanji Kangebre.
They were 4 in number who were presented this Thursday afternoon by elements of the Gendarmerie Brigade of Mongo North in Konsamba. With the alleged bandits, the commander and his element caught 3 motorcycles alongside 6 bags of cannabis meant for the market. The 4 alleged bandits, we were told, operated in other towns apart from Melon. The group of gang we arrested are specialized in stealing motorcycles, precisely in towns like Douala, Melon, Chang, and Konsamba. Thanks to the population who are now collaborating with us, we are now able to stop this group of gang who had already caused a lot of damages.
Ce groupe de malfrats qui commettait déjà suffisamment de dégâts dans notre zone de compétence.
Upon their interception, at their presentation, the senior divisional officer of the Mongo, Yves Bertrand Janam, used the opportunity to advise inhabitants of Mongo Division and appreciated the work done this far by security forces.
Vous savez, la sécurité comme la défense.
Everyone has to contribute to enable that peace reigns in our country and in the division in particular. We are glad that this far the result has been positive. The arrest of this gang gives me again the opportunity to encourage everyone for the respect of the instructions that were put in place by the Ministry of Territorial Administration. We are inviting the population of Mongo to celebrate responsibly.
Toutes les autorités administratives et pour encourager les forces de maintien de l'ordre afin de poursuivre justement l'exécution de ces hautes mesures prescrites par le ministre de l'administration territoriale et nous invitons les populations à passer sereinement les fêtes.
With people planning to celebrate Christmas and the end of year feast, the Gendarmerie Brigade of Mongo North has put up a hotline number 650-286-553 in case of any emergency. The 6 bags of cannabis that were caught were later destroyed by the security forces in the presence of the senior divisional officer for the Mongo division.
Magic and Gabriel reporting there on security issues in the country ahead of the Christmas and New Year celebrations. And now we're taking you to the Northwest region to talk about mothers and queen mothers who have once more taken to the streets to say no to the atrocities being committed within the context of the 4-year armed conflict hitting the northwest and southwest regions of the country. The mothers and queen mothers are saying enough is enough. The killings, destruction of properties, abductions, and other ills should end with 2020. This is what they were saying today in the town of Bamenda. We'll be coming back to that report shortly. Time for us to go to the southwest region, where the governor, Benau Kaliabilai, has once more urged the people of the southwest region to help the government in efforts to restore peace and normalcy in the 2 English-speaking regions of the country. He also called on civilians who have taken up guns to drop the guns in order for peace and normalcy to return in the respective communities or across the 2 Anglophone regions of the Republic of Cameroon. He was speaking today during the celebration of the rich cultural heritage of the people in the southwest region of the country, notably the annual Mevoe Cultural and Development Assembly 2020. There is the report.
Mevoe Cultural and Development Assembly, MEVCODA, has again respected the 2020 annual rendezvous. And the Cameroon Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is accompanying this Mevoe farming population of Limbe 1 in Fako Division, and Southwest Governor Bernardo Kaliabilai was the bearer of the Agricultural Minister's message.
The message is the message of encouragement, the message of support. As usual, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development sent a lot of equipment, farm tools to distribute to the population. There is no better proof of support. The theme of this year, this edition, was peace. Let peace reign. For peace to reign, the chiefs and their populations denounce criminals, those who are moving with weapons to kill. Those who kill the chief of Boli Famba did not fall from heaven. They are living with the people. Let them denounce them.
Chief Ndiko Henry Fonderson, traditional ruler of Mevoe village and initiator of what is today attracting the attention of the nation, came back on MEVCODA founding principles, now at 7.
MEVCODA, which is now in its 7th edition, is a platform put in place by the Mevoe chiefdom to enable government agencies to transmit their opportunities to potential beneficiaries, and also for the grassroots potential beneficiaries to transmit their problems to government agencies.
The Cameroon Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Pauline Naluva-Lyonga, graced the ceremony as the guest of honor, and that was not all. Before this D-Day, other ministries effectively registered their presence with educative lessons.
The special status which has been granted to the Northwest and Southwest regions, elements came from Yaoundé. Mindever assigned elements to come and clarify us, because a lot of people are lost about it. The MINCAF also was here to talk about the difference between state land and national land. And it was the same with the National Employment Fund, which also talked on job creation and self-employment. Some of us learned that you can not only depend on the government for a job.
The 2020 ceremony is over, and logistics for 2021 Mevoe Cultural and Development Assembly are being put in place for the 8th edition.
And we stay in the southwest region of the country to talk about the people of the Fako division who are complaining that they have been abandoned by the elite of the area, notably the internally displaced persons, the needy people, and of course persons living with disabilities. And within the context of the end of year festivities, Honorable Fritz Ngekai Toke, former member of parliament, elite of the Fako division, was stretching a hand of support to many of the people who came to receive some aid for this end of year festivities. And Jato, in the report coming up next, begins by painting the Christmas picture of Boya.
Hours to Christmas 2020. This is how Boya, the Southwest Regional Capital, welcomes everyone coming to town of legendary hospitality. Days ago, Mayor David Mafani Namange, the mayor of the Boya Council, launched the operation of traffic light in his municipality, in which he termed a Christmas gift to the people of Boya. And Honorable Malumba Esembe, member of parliament for Boya Urban, is comfortable to start his own Christmas party here at the car wash point in his constituency. Known as a season of love, the member of parliament brought with him Christmas gifts.
It is Christmas. It is 24th of December 2020, and I want to use this opportunity to wish a very Merry Christmas to my constituents, good people of Boya, and to all Cameroonians. It's been a difficult year with the COVID-19 pandemic, which upset almost everything. But I'm glad that by the grace of God, many of us have made it to this point. And going forward, my message is there are two things we must watch so we prosper in 2021. These two things are, first, our health. Secondly, we must preserve the peace. A bouquet of flowers is only beautiful because it is composed of a variety. In Boya, it's a cosmopolitan city, which is the pride, which is what gives the beauty of the place. We must work as brothers and sisters every day in love, which is what Christmas symbolizes.
Out of Boya, but still in Fako division, the former member of parliament for Fako East, Honorable Fritz, is with orphans, widows, and the physically challenged for Christmas in Mutengeni, Tiku subdivision.
Honorable Malumba Esembe, that is the member of parliament for Boya Urban, and Honorable Fritz Ngeka Etoke, former member of parliament, bringing aid to the people of the Fako division at this end of year period. And now we go into the northwest region of the country, where I told you earlier that queen mothers and other mothers of the region have stood up to say enough is enough. It is time to end the atrocities, the killings, the destruction of properties, the abduction going on in the two English-speaking regions of the country. They were speaking today in Bamenda, expressing their grievances, expressing their grief and their sorrows with regards to the atrocities that have been committed in those two English-speaking regions of the country for the past 4 years. For me, I'm Sonsanda Hasmo.
Haven't seen their homes burned, properties destroyed, children, husbands and relatives abducted and others brutally assassinated for the past 4 years, women of the northwest region converged on the regional chieftain Bamenda to say no to the killing of their children by belligerent parties in the armed conflict in the northwest and southwest Anglophone regions of Cameroon.
That is troubling is Bamenda. Today, the end of year has come. Today, we say it is over. We bind you and uproot you. We take all the authority.
Led by Mafo, Yasonde Epus Achidi, the women from all walks of life across the northwest region say the end of 2020 should also be an end to the crisis that has brought untold suffering to their region and children.
Father, thank you for coming so low. That's why we have decided that our mother Leah, who has come down so low, because her heart bleeds with what is happening in this province and in the nation at last. Father, as you come, listen.
Displaying placards with messages like "Stop the Killing," Garbu, Kumba, Muyuka, Never Again, "We want pains and not guns," the Mafo led women mourned and lamented in the presence of the font of Bawok.
We have come like princes and princesses. We have come like a chief to pay obeisance to you.
The Mafos chanted songs of worship and praises to the Most High as they implored His mercy on the two Anglophone regions. The morning later culminated in a peace walk on the Commercial Avenue with placards indicating that they were tired of mourning and wanted peace. The mourning women of the Northwest region went further to the Bamenda 2 Divisional Office, where they offered a consignment of foodstuff and vital basic necessities to internally displaced children with special needs.
The President of the Republic of Cameroon, Paul Biya, has signed decree defining the role of the independent conciliators for the Northwest and Southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon, and this comes exactly 1 year after the President of the Republic set and moved a new decentralization code. And in another statement from the government, the Minister of Communication and Government spokesperson Rene Emmanuel Sadi also made a statement talking about the national response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and he indicated that substantial financial and material resources have been deployed to combat the COVID-19 pandemic in the Republic of Cameroon, and government's efforts, according to him, have yielded success, but there has been reluctance as far as the respect of barrier measures against COVID-19 is concerned. And he also indicated that, as it is the case elsewhere around the world, COVID-19 is still present in the Republic of Cameroon, and he is urging all persons living on the Cameroonian territory to strictly respect all measures prescribed by the head of state and barrier measures of the World Health Organization at a time when Cameroon is recording 1,149 new cases of coronavirus, and the total number of persons tested positive for COVID-19 in Cameroon now stands at 25,730 as of December 23rd, 2020. Now, in news out of the country, the rebel captured Bambari town in Central African Republic has been retaken by the United Nations peacekeeping mission MINUSCA that announced the population returning. According to the United Nations peacekeeping force, the people are returning to Bambari after the fled violence in that area. Innocent.
The United Nations has retaken Bambari, the fourth largest town in Central African Republic, that went into the hands of a militia called Unity for Peace on Tuesday. Abdulaziz Fall, spokesman for the UN peacekeeping mission MINUSCA, in a press conference on Wednesday in the capital Bangui, assured the situation in Bambari is under control and that the civilians have begun returning as the armed groups have been pushed back into the bush. Sources say 2 hours of fighting ensued with MINUSCA. The UN Human Rights Office has warned of escalating violence in Central Africa ahead of general elections in the country on December 27th. The UN body said ongoing armed violence presented serious risk
to the safety of civilians and their rights to vote. The office added they are deeply alarmed by reports of escalating violence provoked by political grievances and hate speech, resulting in the forced displacement of civilians, including to neighboring countries. Earlier this week, Russia said it has sent 300 military instructors to Central Africa. Upon its request, Rwanda has also deployed force protection troops to the country under the existing bilateral agreement on defense. Recent rebel attacks on campaign convoys and civilians prompted the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to urge all parties to cease hostilities and work towards ensuring conditions for credible, inclusive, and peaceful election. On the other hand, reports say France has sent warplanes for a flyover mission in Central Africa, as President Emmanuel Macron says his country condemns attempts to disrupt this coming weekend's elections.
Innocent as a reporting there. Coming up next, talking point. Thank you for staying with us in Talking Points. Today we are receiving Honorable Fritz Ngekaitoke, former Member of Parliament, elite of the Fako Division, Southwest region of the country. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, we begin in the Northwest region where mothers and queen mothers saying enough is enough. It's time for the belligerents to put an end to the atrocities, the killings, destruction of properties, and abductions going on in the two English-speaking regions for the past 4 years today.
I think the populations of the Northwest and Southwest have suffered for 4 years now. Things are not moving. And I think this is a time when it has to come to an end. The war is not taking us to anywhere. But I believe the solution to it is for us to sit in a table, to talk as brothers and sisters, to make sure everybody is satisfied. We need to stop this, because you see the kidnappings that are going on, the killings. I'm very happy that life is getting to normal, because you know, for the past few years it has really been difficult, especially for the elites. Who are those the population are blaming? Those guys are blaming. But I think some people have started seeing the reason for dialogue. We started with the national dialogue that, you know, some of us were very, very outspoken. We have started yielding the fruits of the national dialogue. I think we need to intensify. We need to put things in place. Sincerely speaking, if we don't do things fast, we'll continue like this for a long while. I want to praise the Queen Mothers of the Northwest. What they have done is very, very correct. It's the cry of everybody. You see, he who wears the shoes feels where it pinches. They are suffering. The people who are in the Northwest and the Southwest are suffering. They are the ones who can speak the truth. Those who are out of the region can never tell you what is going on. What they have said is just for the elites, who are the ones who are in front. Elites, when I say elites, some of us, and those who are in Yaoundé, we need to sit and speak the truth. If we don't speak the truth, it will continue. You know, wars is very difficult to start, but it's very easy to start, but very difficult to end. So I think it's a cry of everybody. We are tired. We want this thing to end.
The governor of the Southwest region, on his part, was speaking during the Mevoe cultural
festival
assembly meeting. He said that the people who are carrying guns, the civilians, should drop their guns. It's not the first time, however, we are hearing this call, but the guns are still in the hands of the people.
I want to let you know that the only people who are legalized to hold guns are the people of the armed forces. These guys don't have the right to hold guns, but you know where we are today. What we have to do now is for us to see, we the elites, to see how we can solve this crisis. The solution of this crisis will never come from Yaoundé. It has to come from us. These boys who are in the bushes are our children. We know them very well. I think we need to do what we are supposed to do. This crisis has to come to an end. People are suffering. Mr. Babila, people are suffering. You need to go to the northwest and the southwest. You need to go to Fako, where I went today. In the yesteryears, people used to eat rice during Christmas. But because of the Anglophone crisis, rice is a prestigious good. You need to see how they were happy today when I came to Tiko.
So the people. Now, talking about the elite, why are the people asking where are their elites? Where are they asking where are their elites, especially in the Fako division? We saw Honorable Malumba Isembe, Member of Parliament for Boya Oban, and we also saw you. And besides these two, we have not seen the others. Why are the people asking where are their elites?
Well, it's unfortunate that
for all this trouble.
It's unfortunate that for a while, I don't know, they need to sit up. Those who have been elected to represent the population, they need to sit up, because I think we left a binding precedent that they were supposed to follow. They need to sit up. Look at today. The population, they were complaining. I went there, I had to sacrifice to meet my people, because you know, a customer in Fako is that every end of year we celebrate with the population. I had a series of calls from internally displaced persons from Mianja, Pondo, Muyuka, Yoke. You saw the population that was there today in Mutengene. I was really happy that they came there. They were complaining. But I had to do what I had to do to make sure they went. They were very happy. There were smiles on their faces. And I think that's why our representatives were voted. They were not voted to sit in their houses, in their comfort zones, while the population is there to suffer. It's unfortunate that in Fako you only see our people during elections. It's unfortunate, but this is a festive period. It's good that our elected representatives will come and try to celebrate feast with the population. Most of them don't have food to eat. They are suffering. You need to see what was going on today at the CBC school for Mutengene. But I'm very happy that some of them, even they have something to eat tomorrow. If I did not go there, some of them wouldn't have had anything to eat. And they have people that they have voted.
Those IDPs who called you, what did they tell you? What were they saying? What were their complaints?
You know, most of these people are, you know, our constituencies are not like the littoral region. Most of them are illiterate. They have been calling me. I've been doing some assistance behind. They know that I'm the member of parliament for Fako East constituency. I just had to play my role as an elite to give them the assistance, because they call me regularly, Honorable, we don't have this, we don't have this. I've been assisting them. And today I had to ask them to come. Like the people who came from Oyuka, I want to first of all commend the people who came from Mianja today. Mianja, Yoke, Pondo, there were about 100 of them. They told me they didn't even have transportation, means of transportation. I had to arrange for a bus to bring them down. And I'm very happy because before they left, they gave me a vote of thanks. I have to continue. I cannot abandon like that, because I know it's our responsibility as elites to make them to be happy. We have enough. Why not sacrifice just the peanuts for the population? I think I'm calling on the elites of Fako, please, you people need to step up the game. You need to assist the population. The people are suffering. I'm talking because somebody like me, you know, I'm close to the population. Some of them, I don't know. I used to call some of them. I've been advising them. This is an opportunity for me to let the population know that my hands are clean. I've been advising them. I've told them if they have any difficulties, they should get to me. But I don't know. But I've promised that I'll always do my best to assist them, because I'm happy. If I don't have food to eat tomorrow in my house, I'm happy that those women, they had meat to go back home. rice and some financial assistance.
And that will unfortunately last only for a few days.
That's one of the reasons.
And so
that's one of the reasons why
sustainable.
Yes, today I was happy to meet them, and we have a capacity building seminar that's coming up in early next year, during which we have created focal points, and we've selected some leaders. The president of the less privileged groups in Tikwa and Moyuka, we had a meeting with them. They will select some few women, few IDPs, with those handicaps that we can give them seed capital. That will be my responsibility. I told them, we're very happy. We need to give them, we need to empower them. We cannot be giving them fish every day. We need to teach them how to catch fish. So we are going to empower them to make sure by this time next year, they will assist me in supporting those who don't have.
In the meantime, all of them are expecting that the gunshots, gun battles, killings, destruction should come to an end so that they can go back to the areas and start again afresh, or maybe continue from where they ended.
Yeah, sincerely speaking, home is home. No matter how comfortable they are out of their base, they can never feel like home. The wish of everybody is that this crisis should come to an end, because the suffering is unbearable. People need to go back to their homes. I had some IDPs from Boya. It was terrible. There's one mommy, last 2016, that's where I met her for my first time in Moyuka when I did donations. She met me today and told me, Honorable, do you know that I've not eaten meat for the past 2 months? I was shocked. At the end of the day, I had to give her an additional assistance. It's terrible. This crisis has to come to an end. We cannot continue like this, because sincerely, no crisis has ever been won through the gun. We fought for 4 years. Some of the grievances were genuine, but I think we need to sit once and for all and solve this so that we can enjoy the peace we used to enjoy in the Northwest and Southwest region. Just call a Francophone, a French-speaking Cameroonian, please meet me in Limbe. Invite somebody, come to Limbe, I'm celebrating my birthday, and they come to Limbe. They used to leave Limbe. If they don't go to Kribi, they come to Limbe. Limbe is a no-go zone to them. So we need to make sure we solve this. Nobody will come from anywhere to solve this crisis for us. We have to solve it ourselves.
We have to solve it ourselves, and for that to happen, the guns must go down. But that seems to be what is very difficult for the guns to go down.
Where there is the will, there will always be a way. The boys who are in the bushes, I want to use the opportunity to tell them to drop their guns. They need to drop their guns. And if they drop their guns, some of them have already been radicalized. The government should try to make sure. When they go to the DDR center, I've met some of them. I know some of them. I met them through the national dialogue. They used to call me once in a while to make sure they train them. They look for something that is going to be sustainable for them. That is going to encourage some of them who are in the bushes to come. These guys who are in the DDR center, they still communicate with their friends who are in the bushes. So the government needs to make sure they improve on the way they are treating some of these guys who are there. Some of them call us. They even say it, we know. They have been complaining, but that is no reason for them to stay in the bushes. They have to come back to town. Where they belong, this is where they belong. They don't belong in the bushes. What are they doing in the bushes?
Right. Honorable Fritz Ngeka-Itoke, former Member of Parliament, elite of Fako Division. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you. I want to use this opportunity to wish the population of Fako in general a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and a special celebration tomorrow to the less privileged that I had the opportunity to commune with them once more today, and I want to thank them for the blessings, and I promise them that I'll always be there for them.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us. That's it for today. Sejalongotu is already on his seat. Equinoxe is up next.